In other news, the city of Las Vegas hemorrhaging money because it lost $636 million judgment to a real estate developer taking another try now to sell Cashman Field by auction next week. That's where we find 8 News Now reporter Kyle Payne just outside of Cashman. Kyle, they already tried to auction this land once, and frankly, it didn't work.
Well, worse than that, Brian, it didn't even get one bid. All the while, Cashman Field just sits here with very little activities, and the surrounding buildings, also for sale, empty. And the mayor's come up with a plan to make sure that doesn't happen again.
There's so much interest in Cashman.
Cashman Mayor Shelley Berkley said here at her first press conference since taking office is fielding all sorts of offers in advance of this month's auction. A second attempt at unloading these 50 acres.
I must have had 10 meetings with people that have all sorts of proposals, from a sports facility to affordable housing, industrial use. It goes across the gamut.
The gamut at the last auction last year was empty. Nobody walked away with all this land because nobody bid. Even the mayor admits the terms of the sale alienated everyone because essentially,
you buy it, you pay us, and then we'll decide later if we're going to like your project.
The terms of the auction were far too limiting.
Far too limiting for Las Vegas resident Tara Anderson and the national real estate developer, of which she is a vice president. Her company considered bidding, but like everyone else, passed. And now she worries the city might botch the whole thing.
I think the path that they're on is fraught with tremendous risk to the city and not maximizing the opportunity that is this site.
The site, Anderson says, is irreplaceable. 50 acres in downtown Las Vegas don't come up for sale very often. Done correctly, a development could lead to tremendous growth downtown. If not, it could end up sitting vacant for another decade, which Anderson doesn't want to see happen to the city or its new mayor, who says the property has recently increased in value by a couple $1 million.
I think we're going to get a very robust auction.
Bidding for the auction, which is online, begins February 27th. The only activity around here lately, the FC Lights soccer team, which plays here, begins its season just a few days later, March 1st. We reached out to the FC Lights to what they say, what they may have to say about a new home field if this place goes to a high bidder. We haven't heard back. Reporting live in front of Cashman Field, Kyle Payne, 8 News Now.
Kyle, thank you. Now, the city has attempted to redevelop and revitalize the area since it acquired the property back in 2017. The 10,000-seat stadium, home to various sporting events since back in the 1940s, Major League Baseball, football games, even political events. And a couple of years ago, it served as a mass vaccination site during the COVID-19 pandemic.